Who here has looked up their horoscope before? So, pretty much everyone. And while today it may seem like nonsense, it's kind of up to your personal belief whether or not you want to take it to heart. And horoscopes really come from a history of practicality and spirituality, and which is why they're so up to interpretation. And so today I will discuss the history of horoscopes and astrology, how modern horoscopes have evolved, and give an example of how technology has been able to keep up with astrology and horoscopes and made it accessible to the average person. So we've all heard of or read our horoscopes in the newspaper or heard someone say, "Oh, I'm so sorry I crashed into your car. It's because I'm an Aquarius." But where does this come from and what does it mean? Modern astrology is based largely on the zodiac, which according to Cambridge University is defined as an area in the sky in which the positions of the sun, moon, stars, and planets are believed in astrology to influence human behavior, and which is divided into 12 equal sections. The ancient Babylonians discovered that in each of these 12 sections there are 12 prominent constellations, and when these sections are divided, they can be used to detect the passage of time. To differentiate between these constellations, they assigned mostly animals to them, which is why if you're a Taurus, your animal is the bull. And in the Middle Ages, astrology and horoscopes were used by doctors, mathematicians, and even popes to explain the inner workings of the world. So a doctor might be like, "Oh, you're sick. It's because your Mars is in Aquarius." And then the Age of Reason came along, which is where astrology and horoscopes kind of lost traction because of a renewed interest in logic and individual thinking. So astrology and horoscopes became entertainment as opposed to like a legit science. Then in 20th century Europe, a renewed interest in spirituality gave astrology and horoscopes a new life. In the 1930s, an astrologist named R.H. Naylor was asked by the Sunday Express newspaper to write a horoscope for the newly born Princess Margaret. Now, the Smithsonian Museum explains that astrology rides on the idea that humans are affected by movements of the sun, moon, and stars. Astrologists use natal charts, which take the date and your place of birth to determine characteristics about you. So when Naylor published this horoscope for Princess Margaret's life, he predicted that she was going to have this great life, she would do all these great things. He didn't predict her drug and alcohol problems, but like, why would you? And so this horoscope that he published gained a lot of traction, and a lot of people paid attention to it, which is why the paper asked him to put out more predictions. He then put out a prediction that stated that a British aircraft would be in trouble, and when one crashed a few weeks later, people really started to believe that him and astrologists like him had predictive powers. The paper then gave him a weekly article in which he would give horoscopes for people whose birthdays fell within the week, but he believed that this could be more larger scale, and so he started writing horoscopes for people based on their star sign, which is where we see the first modern horoscopes. But they haven't really changed since then. They're still published in newspapers and magazines almost every day, and technology has made astrology and horoscopes super accessible to the average person. So what I'm going to do now is talk about CoStar. So, this was my fail. So, CoStar is an app that gives you your daily horoscope. So today mine said, start by going for a walk, which I did. I walked to Starbucks. And it tells you different areas within your life that you're going to have power, pressure, and trouble. And if you click on all updates, it'll give you a more in-depth view of your daily horoscope, and you can even see your chart, which says like where your Sagittarius is and your planets and where they fall within the signs, and it gives you your houses. And so like, what does that mean? I don't really know, but you know what does? CoStar. So if you scroll down, it'll tell you what everything means. It tells me my Mercury is in Capricorn and tells me what that means. And so it makes it really accessible to the average person. And you can also connect to your friends and see how compatible you are with them in different areas. So that's a really easy way that anyone can go and learn about their sign and see how it's advanced with the times and become super accessible. So today I discussed the history of astrology, the rise and fall of its popularity, and an easy way that anyone can find out about their signs. I've always been really into this. It's kind of up to you whether or not you want to believe, but I think it's always fun to see what the stars have in store for you. Thank you.